Hey boys, and welcome back to another Bleach video, and today we have the character review slash showcase for the brand new 10 years later version of Ichigo Kurosaki. A very good character. If you haven't already seen my character review for the brand new 1000 years later version of Rukia, I encourage you guys to check it out. It will be in the top right corner. Very good character as well. These two characters are absolutely insane. But how good of a character is this Ichigo? Well, we're about to talk about it right now, so make sure you guys are subscribed if you haven't already, and if you guys do enjoy these type of character reviews, make sure you show support by liking the video, and also in the comments below, let me know what you guys think about this Ichigo. I know he's a very good character, don't get me wrong, but I know some people for some reason just don't like this character. It's perfectly fine, but he's an insane character, and let's break it down.
Yeah,
So the 10 years later version of Ichigo Kurosaki is a Mind Soriba character with the Soriba slash Captain Kill ability, and he does come with a 12% recharge. So similar to the Rukia, where she also has two killers that go well together, that being the Aaroniero and Espada kill ability, the Ichigo is the same but with a different combination, that being Soriba and Captain. Now this does stack, and it does mean that if you are going against Soribas, you're doing 20% more damage, and if you're going against Captain characters, you're doing 40% more damage. So combined, because most of the captains in the game are Soriba slash Captain, you're basically doing around 60-ish% more damage, which is absolutely insane, especially for a character like this where you kind of do want to use them in Guild Quest because they are also a very good Guild Quest character. And then going into his stats from top to bottom, he has 1100 stamina, 649 attack, 361 defense, 353 focus, and 835 SP. And the standout stat is of course the SP stat being 835 SP, which is actually the highest SP stat in the game, tied with Rukia. So it's kind of cool to me personally that the Ichigo and Rukia both have the exact same SP stat, and they're both tied at first place at having the highest SP stat in the game. Now stats of the game don't really matter too much because of how OP his skills are, but it is still nice to see that he does have the highest SP stat in the game. And also, if you do decide to use his character as a link, it just means he's giving you even more stats. Going into his skills, however, let's go from top to bottom and break it down each time. He has Berserker plus 60%, increasing the amount of strong attack damage that you do by 60%. This is very important because normally when a character doesn't have any status summons, most of the time, unless you get special treatment like this Ichigo, you do get 40%. So Ichigo having an extra 20% just means he's even hitting harder. But compared to Rukia, who also has 60% and status omens, Rukia definitely got the special treatment compared to the two, but it is nice that he still does have 60%, ensuring that he does do that extra bit of damage, especially when you don't have this character 5-5 or even at level 10 SP. So you definitely appreciate the damage numbers that he is going to be dishing out. The second skill is Bombardment, increasing the amount of hits that his Soul Bomb damage does. This is very good actually, especially for a character like this Ichigo where you're going to be using him in Guild Quest. The Bombardment is one of the more OP skills for just nuking in general, because it can mean you can nuke straight to the final boss. So this is a very good skill, especially when he does have Frenzy. Normally when a character does get Bombardment, they don't get Frenzy, so having Frenzy and Bombardment is just very good to have. His third skill is Bruiser plus 40%, ensuring that he does 40% more damage on his non-attack string. Isn't anything too important, but if you are waiting for your strong attacks to recharge, then you can just use your non-attack button and just do that extra bit of damage. He also has damage taken minus 16%, which is kind of a weird one, but I do appreciate that it's a universal damage taken. Other characters, like for example the Fierce Battle Ichigo, takes less damage, but only from heart attribute Soribas. So it's kind of nice that he also has something similar, but it's to everyone in the game. So whoever hits him, he's taking 16% less damage. So I do appreciate that, especially in co-op where you can die to multiple enemies in almost one combo. So it is nice to see that he is taking just a tad bit of less damage. Ichigo then comes with the Enhancer skill, so he does actually have a boost as a second strong attack, and with the Enhancer skill, it means you can actually boost himself and his team by 20 seconds, so that's actually very good, especially when you are giving this character recharge links, ensuring that he can actually infinitely stack that boost, so very cool right there. He then has Frenzy, which is basically a must-have for any kind of SP character, ensuring that he can just do damage. Havoc plus 20%, increasing the range on all his strong attacks. He does actually have the best strong attack in the game, so that's actually very big. And then he does actually have Marauder, so I really do like that he has Marauder, especially when compared to Rukia, who doesn't have it, because Rukia definitely got the special treatment thanks to the fact that she does have the Bankai button. She has status omens, Ichigo doesn't, so it is nice to see that he does come with Marauder. And if you don't know what that is, he's the second character to have it in the game right now. Essentially, he is immune to melee attack resistance, so you can use him in 3 weeks of Guild Quest burst for both of the Sorry weeks and the Captain Killer week, and then you can also bring him into Extreme Cop, where he can basically damage everyone, and no one's going to be able to block any damage from him unless they have a shield. But don't worry, you're not bringing him in PvP, so you don't have to worry about that. Alongside ignoring melee attack resistance, he actually does come with Guard Break, because if you don't know, Marauder, it does give 2 skills, Guard Break and ignore melee attack resistance. So 2 skills in one right there, very cool effect. It is very big for this character because, again, you can use them in freaks or guild quests, and I guess for an SP character, Guard Break isn't that important, but it is nice. It just means that your first hit of every strong attack is just doing the maximum amount of damage. So it just means this character's hitting hard and nothing is going to stop him from hitting you. Very cool right there. And then last but not least, he does come with Sprinter +2, ensuring that he has more mobility because you can flash step around the map faster. And also, if you are using this character in Senka or something like that, you can actually dodge the boss's specials a lot easier now that you have that extra flash step. So really cool effect. He actually has some skills that Rukia doesn't have, and I appreciate that because Rukia pretty much got mostly everything that your character would want. So it is nice that he has skills that Rukia doesn't. For example, the Enhancer skill, the damage taken -16%, Marauder, and the extra flash step. So even though ICHIGO doesn't come with any new skills or mechanics, he is still a very unique character and a very fun character and a very good character. So I really do appreciate the skills and thought that K-Lab put into this character. And that's not all, lads. He also does come with 3 innate skills, 2 of them being resistances. So the first one is paralysis resistance and the second one is weaken resistance. And I really do appreciate this because paralysis and weakening is by far one of the more annoying status elements that get inflicted by in the game. So him having immunity to it just means he doesn't have to deal with that, and he's actually more a fun character to play with. And then the last innate skill to talk about is the read sorry but dodges. So yes, lads, he is the 3rd character to be able to read enemy dodges, and that means, and we haven't got the quest yet, I believe it does drop tomorrow actually, where he can be used in the Transcendent Zone, but more specifically the new one that's going to be dropping, the Mind one, where you can just easily farm Hogakus and you don't have to deal with the enemies dodging your attacks. So if you don't have Yamamoto, if you don't have Ishin, he is a character that you might want to get just to make it so you can easily farm Hogakus like thousands within a day, an hour even. This character is insane, and the fact that he's like one of the only 3 characters that can easily farm Hogakus just make him a character you just want to have in your account, especially if you do like Hogakus and you do like the other 2 characters that can also farm Transcendent Zone. So now that we talked about his skills, let's talk about the attacks that this character does have, and he does come with some very good attacks. His full hit nudge string is fairly common. He is an SP based character, it doesn't really matter too much, but the first 2 hits are basically straightforward, and then the last 2 hits of the nudge string is going to be an AoE around him, a 375 radius, so nothing too important, fairly average, but it is nice to be seeing he is using his new Bankai, and it just looks nice seeing him swing around that sword. And it is nice to see that sword return, because if you don't know, 1000 Year Blood around 4 ago actually had this form of his Zanpakuto playable, but they actually did go back and changed it after a week to actually having the white outer shell. So it is nice to see this Zanpakuto form return, and seeing ICHIGO using it in his adult form is just nice to see. His SA1 is a beam forward, a 3000 length beam, mini collision, 120% magnification. Essentially, this is the best strong attack one you can have in the game. Beam forward just means if you are in a room where enemies are lined up perfectly, you can completely wipe out an entire room in one strong attack. Very good SA1. ICHIGO's second strong attack is also a very good strong attack, that being a 960 raise in front of him, essentially the exact same strong attack that Rukia has. And if you don't know, this is basically the best strong attack you can have as your second SA. Now ICHIGO does come with the added effect of being able to boost himself and his team, because it is a team boost for 20 seconds, and with full recharge you can infinitely stack that boost, making sure that you're always doing that extra bit of damage and always boosting yourself and your team. And then finishing up his kit with his strong attack 3, it is a full screen AoE around him, a 1200 radius around him, absolutely insane. And the visuals on this SA3 is actually very cool because it is a throwback to his round 4 version's soul bomb animation, where he does do that final attack against Yuha. So seeing 1000 with around 4 ICHIGO's soul bomb animation technically in a strong attack is kind of cool and unique. It looks really cool. The slash across the screen is one of the best looking SAs in the game. Really do like that. And you can see right there, we went over his attacks. He has the best strong attack in the game. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But there is one thing to mention, that is actually his soul bomb animation. His soul bomb animation does look quite cool. It's actually him just standing there looking up into the sky. You see the footsteps behind him, paving the way for the others, choosing the path to protect others. Really do like that. It's a nice little added effect. I'm sure there's some kind of symbolism to those footsteps. I haven't actually fully thought about it, but there is a reason why the footsteps are there. Maybe I'm looking too much into it, but it is quite cool, I guess. But his soul bomb animation is just him jumping up into the sky and letting maxing out a Getter potential, and you can see that he is charging up, he's going around slowly, so it really does look powerful, and then it ends on an extreme close-up right up into Ichigo's face. So you can see the animation does look cool, but also this soul bomb is one of the more defining features of this character, because again, he is a guild quest based character, so the fact that he does come with bombardment just means this soul bomb is going to be able to do a lot of nasty damage, especially in guild quest. You don't even need to equip attention to this character because he's hitting so hard on this soul bomb, especially if you can 5 out of 5 this character. But going away from his attacks and all the stuff that he does do, the insane stuff that he does bring, let's quickly talk about some of the accessories you might want to bring on this character. Now, I'm not going to break down every accessory that you can use, but essentially you want to be bringing accessories that are boosting his SP. So for example, the fortification pill, or you can also use the artisanal tea set, which is boosting his SP by 80%. And every accessory that I'm talking about right now should come with 30% SP as its second trait. You can also equip attention tie to ensure that you do as much soul bomb damage as possible. This is mainly important in guild quests and co-op. Equipping a lieutenant's badge will increase the amount of strong attack damage that it does do by 20%. Pretty much going to be a must-have just for normal PvE play. And then if you want to, you can equip a Zeta pill whenever there are hidden enemies. And since this Ichigo does have a Sorry killer, whenever you are going against Soribas and you want to clear PvE content as fast as possible, having that Zeta pill is definitely going to help you just clear content a lot faster. Now, you might be new to the game and you might be wondering, what links should I use on this Ichigo? Well, essentially, you want to use recharge links. If you're bringing this character in normal PvE play, give him recharge. If you're using him in Senkaman or guild quest, give him full stam links. But there are a few standout links that I do want to mention, and for Mind, we don't have a lot, and we only have 4 listed right here, so let's go over them. We have Senka Aizen, 20% full stam, 20% strong attack damage, very good link, just making sure that you can do as much damage as possible. Then you have the Senka Ichigo link being a 100% last ditch link and a 12% recharge, very useful for co-op. Then you have the Resurrected Captain Rose, which is a 14 strong attack recharge and 16% strong attack damage, very good link, giving you the 14 recharge and the strong attack damage. You can't get better than that. And then last but not least, we have the Resurrected TLA Kugo, which is a 30% low stam and a 10% strong attack recharge, where you're probably only going to ever use this link in epic raids. Now, of course, there are also other links that you can bring. Any 14 recharge, any 12% recharge is going to do wonders on this character, but I mainly wanted to focus on those 4 because those are by far the 4 most useful links that you're going to be using on this character. So in conclusion, lads, what do I think about this Ichigo? Well, he's absolutely insane. Literally one of the best characters in the game. This is a character that people are already sleeping on. When he first came out, it mainly came down to the visual. We didn't really know much about him, but of course he's going to look a bit worse compared to Rukia because she does come with all the new things, mainly the Bankai mechanics. So she's definitely the highlight of the banner, but Ichigo is not a bad character and someone you definitely want to have in your account. He's going to be one of the best characters used in guild quests, especially thanks to his bombardment and the fact that he is a main character because he isn't going to ever have status disadvantages. The boost SA2 is also going to be ensuring that he nukes as hard as possible, and then the Marauder skill that he does have just means he can be used in freeze, a guild quest, something that Rukia can't do. And then it doesn't end there because he does have the best strong attacks in the game, so if you don't want to bring him in guild quest, you can just use him for normal play. He's going to be clearing fast, he's going to be clearing very, very easily, and he's also just a very smooth and fun character to use around, especially if you are an Ichigo fan. And again, it doesn't end there because he does come with the read sorry but dodges, so at worst, even if you don't even want to use this character, he's always going to be useful to farm Hogakus if you do want to take him into the Transcendent Zone, where he's going to be the best character for that quest. So yeah, he's insane. He's absolutely insane because there's just nothing he can't do. You can bring him into guild quest, you can nuke within guild quest, you can just bring him as a support to boost your team in guild quest, you can use him in 3 weeks of guild quest, you can bring him to extreme co-op where he can hit everyone because he does ignore melee attack resistance. There's nothing this character can't do, and you can even just bring him into Transcendent Zone just to be able to farm Hogakus very easily. So an insane character by far. And probably in the title, the best main character in the game, beaten out Noelle in my opinion, because this character can just do more things that she can't do, and even then it's a very close fight. Both of them are very good in their own right. They both do different things. Noelle does have 2 PvE killers, even though one of them is no affiliation. It's still very good. She's a fun character as well. I'm not disregarding what Noelle can do on your account, but Ichigo is just insane. An anniversary-worthy character. 10 years later, using his new form of his Bankai, the shattered form, I guess, with the new blade. Very cool character. It's nice seeming game. His model looks cool. His gameplay smooth. His visuals are nice. There's a little throwback to his round 4 character too. Really do like it. One of my favorite characters in the game, and I'm going to be going back in on the banner to try and 5-5 him because, in my opinion, he is definitely worth it. So with that said, lads, hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Again, in the comments below, let me know what you guys think of this character. How do you feel about him? How are you joining him if you do have him? If you don't have him, don't worry just yet. His individual will be coming out later this month, where you have a 1% chance to get him, and you can do 10 steps with the 2 guarantees and the 4 discounts. So hopefully you guys have some good luck there if you are saving for his individual. And with that said, lads, I'm going to end the video here. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it, and I'll see you lads in the next one. Peace.